Yes.
All right, MMAniacs. It is time once again for your weekly MMA podcast called Split Decision.
It's always the best way to start.
Brought to you from the Ruloff Family Inc. Studios. No, we're at the SinCal Studios now. I'm sorry, the penis comment threw me off.
That's hard.
That's on the
It's hard.
screen. How could you not see it? It's on the screen.
It's on the screen.
I can kind of see
It's
it.
right behind
We don't get
you.
to see that screen
right.
yet.
You're
It's
right.
right behind you.
Where's the budget for the screen?
The SinCal Industry
Hey,
Studios.
we're not even really here.
We're not even, this is all fake. It's all Memorex. We don't exist. So, thanks for listening. Of course, we're here to break you off some MMA news, give you a rundown of the cards that are happening this weekend, recap the cards that happened last weekend. We got one happening in our own backyard in San Jose. Also, the UFC Fight Night 117 happening in Japan in the future.
Like at 5 o'clock tonight.
It's probably happening right now, but
5 o'clock tonight.
But it's tomorrow tonight. There,
What?
in Japan?
It's happening at 5 o'clock live.
International
Get
Dateline,
outta
man. It's happening on the last day. They scheduled a fight on the day that the apocalypse is happening. So, I mean, I don't know what that means, but that's
Another one?
Another one.
Is that Brazil time?
It's Brazil time.
I remember the 2012 one. That was
Hey,
fun.
mute the effects. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So here we are, jumping into it now from MyMMANews.com. We have Chris Cyborg, Carolina Kowalkiewicz, Holly Holm. They all made the Sports Illustrated Most Fit Female Athletes list.
Yeah, so Sports Illustrated did the top
list.
50 most fit female athletes as well as men athletes.
Do they do two separate lists, or is
Yes,
it all combined?
two separate lists.
All right.
And Cyborg came in at number 26. Carolina came in at number 22. Home found number 12.
I'm interested to know what they use, what kind of guidelines they use, because Cyborg is fucking shredded. I mean,
Yeah.
she's like terrifying looking as far as how
very
how
toy.
she is. She's very toy,
Yeah.
toy like a toy girl.
Very toy.
And then you had the male
She could rip a
list.
phone book in half. I'm just saying.
On the male
I'm
list,
pretty sure.
Demetrius Johnson came in at number
On
15.
looks alone.
And Conor McGregor came in at number 9. Again, there's some other boxers throughout the whole list.
Are you
just seems
kidding me?
Weird.
Was this the picture of Conor McGregor who was standing off with the soccer player in the ring?
Did they literally have McGregor's dick in their mouth while they were voting?
No, it's still in Terrell's, but you know.
Get that shirt on, Terrell.
Get that shirt on.
Yeah, so I don't know what the guidelines were for this were. If it, again, is it what they look the most fit? Do they put
don't
them
know.
through some like?
Do they do body fat testing? I have no
do they do
idea.
Body fat testing? Do they,
Do they make them tear apart phone books?
They got confused. It should have been like, what is flavor of the month?
It's just names.
Hey, did somebody
It's
shut the
just
front
names.
door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shut the front door.
Shut the front door. Carlos Condit
Sorry, new studio.
on Twitter recently, and he tweeted to Sean Shelby. Obviously, we know that it's the matchmaker for the UFC, or one of the matchmakers
Right.
for the UFC. Said, "What's up, big guy? I'm wanting to fight December or January. What say you?" So Carlos Condit looking to make a return to the octagon.
That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that.
Very happy to
because he
hear
was
that.
kind of like up in the air about if he was retiring anyway. Didn't seem like a
Yeah,
very
the
sure
last
thing.
fight, he was like, that might have been my last. I don't know.
I don't know. But
Who do you think Shelby's going to give him?
I'm still waiting for him to fight Cerrone. So
Oh, I think
they're different- they're
Cerrone's
different.
got like 3 fights lined up.
yeah, they're
man.
different weight classes right now. But if they could make it work at either 170 or 185, I would love to see.
I heard Donald was looking
I
at
thought
two.
Donald was
He was
already-
looking at
he's at
205.
170, right?
He's looking at 205 next.
Yeah, isn't Condit at 185?
No, he's not middleweight. He's welterweight.
Cerrone's going to 205?
That's how rumors start.
No,
Joey.
no. Condit is welterweight, 170.
Oh, so they're both at 170?
Yeah.
And they never fought in WEC?
No.
How the fuck did
They
that
were
happen?
different weight classes. Cerrone went from 155 up to welter.
okay.
Yeah.
That is why. So Carlos Condit is ranked number 7 right now. Cerrone is just above him at number 6.
I want that fight.
That'd be an amazing fight.
I could
You're gonna get that fight, Joey.
I
You
could
gonna
die a
get
happy
it.
man with that fight.
Joey wants it. Joey gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you.
Matt motherfucking Brown.
Oh man.
Follow up on his Instagram saying that 11/11 will be his retirement fight. So the UFC fight night that he is going up against Diego Sanchez.
So what you got
will
on that,
be
Bisping?
his last fight.
Is he really immortal?
I'm at least going to go out on top, I think.
My thing is I think this should be a retirement fight for both of these guys. Double retirement match.
No, Diego's going to cartwheel his ass right back out of that cage. And cartwheel his ass back into it next month.
I mean, are you sad to see Matt Brown say he's going to hang him up, or you think it's time?
He was never going to get gold.
He had that tear though, where he
did.
made it up to a contendership spot.
And he always puts on an interesting fight.
He always goes out. Yeah.
But the problem is
Matt
either
motherfucking Brown.
he's knocking somebody out or he's getting knocked out. This is the kind of guy who's one of those dudes where you can't keep that up forever.
Yeah,
you know?
true.
So I respect
That's
it.
what they said about Peter North.
Is he still doing it?
Yeah. In a retirement home somewhere.
Ropes.
Knocking him out.
Just throwing ropes at grandma. Nana, stop it.
That's the best place because they can't run away.
Gegard Mousasi.
That's why STDs are running rampant in nursing homes now.
Him and Buck Naked are doing the double dutch.
Gegard Mousasi is fighting Alexander Shlemenko in
Super pussy.
Bellator.
I'll have the soup.
And has asked that Alexander Shlemenko be tested for PEDs again. So basically, I mean, we do know that Alexander Shlemenko did fail his test when he fought against, who was that? He fought against...
Let's run it back.
Melvin Manhoef at Bellator 133. That was the one that he got the win originally. They overturned it because he tested positive for steroids. He was on a 3-year ban. Went to M1 Global and fought anyway. Said, fuck your 3-year ban because I can go to Russia where we don't have rules or steroid testing.
Go right across that international date
Actually
line.
won the middleweight Grand Prix at M1 and then finally came back to Bellator after he got his sentence reduced. Fought, and he's on a 5-fight win streak right now and is about to fight Mousasi. Now, Mousasi was fighting the UFC, who has some of the strictest drug testing, obviously because they are done by USADA, whereas Bellator is still kind of on the old thing. We're like, we'll let the athletic commission do it.
Yeah, they don't want to fuck with it.
You know, but we will fine you if you get caught, but the athletic commission is going to handle it. We don't want to do our own testing. So what they're basically saying is that Bellator doesn't necessarily have the most stringent testing to begin with because it's set up to the athletic commission. If the athletic commission is the one that takes the time and their money to come test you out of competition, they will. But otherwise, all they do is test you the night of the fight. So
I get it. I mean, if I'm Coker, then that's what I'm doing too. I'm like, I don't want to spend money on this shit. I want good fights. I want fights people want to see, and whatever happens after that happens.
Alexander Shlemenko, his testosterone level was 50-1. Now 4-1 is what they allow. His was 50-1 in that fight that he was overturned.
Fuck, wasn't Shirk only 12-1 when he got busted?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, 50-1.
Just remember, we did the study. You can naturally get to 27 or 30-1 naturally.
I just want to know what he was taking. You let a rattlesnake bite him in the ass or something?
Mousasi said, look, we want to, obviously, let's be honest, he's been caught at 50 times the testosterone amount for a normal human being. He's definitely cheated before. He's tested clean before, so that's good, but I want to have fighters that are clean. I'm a clean fighter. I want my opponent to be clean. There's a guy who's deliberately cheating. I don't want a guy who's physically or mentally twice as strong. Normally wouldn't be that way. I want to fight a clean fight. When the sport is clean, I'm one of the best fighters. We've seen a lot of people who didn't perform well after USADA. All I'm asking for is a fair opponent. This fight is going down at the Mohegan Sun. So the Tribe Association of Boxing Commissions is going to be the one doing the testing. They said they have gone out at their own expense and tested him outside of competition. He did pass. They will be testing him again as it gets closer to the fight. So far, Mousasi is happy. He said he deserves a second chance. I think he was a clean fighter for a long time. But obviously, you can see when he cheated against Melvin, and I don't know if he's been cheating since then.
I think that if you request a fighter to get tested outside of the athletic commission's scope, when it's not like when they would normally do it, and you're making a special request, if it comes back clean, then you should pay for it.
Yeah,
I can see
definitely.
that. Yeah.
So I could just see the people just making constant requests just to fuck with the other fighter.
Test this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, the test itself can't be that expensive.
Apparently, athletic commissions don't want to do it.
But
so
the time that goes
it's
into
the time,
and the man hours.
Man hours.
Got to go out there and get that urine.
Yeah.
That's your job.
That's your job.
Just to hold a cup while someone pees in it.
More Bellator news. We have Douglas Lima will be defending his belt against Rory McDonald. This is going down January 20th.
Nice.
So finally, the Red King gets a title shot.
Does he have a new nose?
At Bellator. What do you think about this fight?
I fear for his face.
You fear for his face? You don't think he's going to take out Lima?
He's got to fight.
No,
I think Rory's going to win this belt.
I believe he's got a shot, but I mean, it's like walking into there, like with a hard-boiled egg,
Definitely the second time we saw him against Robbie, he was just like, oh, not in the face.
Yeah,
Please, not
please
the
don't
face.
hit my
You already
face.
fucked it up once.
Please don't hit my face. Please don't hit my face.
It breaks easy now.
Yeah, and he can't wear like those things like the basketball guys get, right?
No, you can't wear the guards.
Can you imagine punching one of
Going
those?
with little Phantom Opera mask.
The Phantom Opera mask. It's just over it's a Zorro mask. It's just over the eyes.
Was it Steve Nash that was wearing that all the time?
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys. Remember when LeBron wore it and he got the all fucking carbon fiber blacked one? And everyone's like, really? Really?
He was going to a sex party afterwards. That's why.
It's lighter, so
It's lighter, yeah.
Basketball man.
Basketball. I am ball man at the sex party.
Pass the ball over here.
Another fighter has been flagged by the USADA. Carlos Felipe is being pulled from his debut
Man,
bout
we got good graphics for that too. We need to really learn how to use it.
due to his flag test. Again, he has been flagged by the USADA and for him there's an anti-doping policy violation stemming from out of contest July 29th. Because he does have a fight coming up October 28th, he will be pulled from that card.
Shame.
Shame.
Again,
Shame. 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 Does that mean he has to walk naked down the street where people throw tomatoes at him?
Huh.
Like on Game of Thrones?
or show their dick to him. Because that happened too in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You took something illegal! It's like, oh, I don't know.
I don't think he probably would never take anything
Just
again.
a gauntlet of dicks.
Just a gauntlet.
You just have to walk through a gauntlet of dicks. when
Is
you
that
take
what it was
something.
called?
That's a gauntlet.
It wouldn't be a murder? They're not like crows?
Murder of dicks.
Murder of dicks.
Like a flock of penis.
That's a thing.
That's a lot of flocking penis.
Yeah, it's a clouder of cocks. It's a clouder of cocks.
Why is it a group of squid called a squad?
That's a great fucking question.
Quad goals.
Edmond Severian, famously known for being Ronda Rousey's striking coach, was recently on Ariel Helwani's MMA Hour. and
How'd you pronounce his name?
Edmond Severian?
Okay.
Tavadarian? How would you like to pronounce his name?
It's Taverdine.
That is not Taverdine.
Okay.
There's no way that man pronounces his last name Taverdine.
When did he become Irish?
Right? Like, there's no way.
It's Edmund Taverdine.
Eric, I know you're either watching the show or will later. I want you to
see it.
correct us and see. There is no way that's Taverdine.
Is that Targaryen?
Yeah. Taverdian. I'm saying
That sounds closer.
Taverdian.
Okay.
That's what I'm going.
How about Tarverdian?
Tarvadian.
I don't
What
know,
is
I
he,
like-
Amish?
Tarverdian?
I like
Oh,
Tar-
look
I
at
like
him over
Taverdine.
there. Taverdun.
Oh, let's go on down to the Taverdine Tavern. That's where we're going tonight. Come on, lads.
Where every beer will fail
So,
All the beers are flat, and lukewarm at best.
and have horrible head movement.
Coach Edmond recently went on Ariel Helwani's MMA Hour and said that he hopes that Ronda Rousey will be fighting one more time. He says it's about 50-50.
Go ahead.
He didn't even get to the punchline yet.
And the fight that he wants and says that they are ready for is Ronda Rousey to fight Cyborg.
He just
because
wants her to die.
He believes that Cyborg is too slow.
I think you're reading it wrong. I think you're reading he only wants her to fight one more fight.
Yeah. Is he in her fucking will or something? Is he like this? Is he the number person that gets everything?
He
Like nothing
says-
even goes to Travis Brown. It's like Edmund's fucking number one in the will.
It'll be like ding ding.
Dead.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not, oh, I'd like her to fight one more fight. It's, I want her to fight one more fight.
He's the fucking sole proprietor of the fucking will. That's what it is.
We don't know if this is actually going to be happening. He says he's spoken to her. Other people says they know they don't. Oh, obviously we have Ronda going into the WWE with some appearances that are going to be happening.
Yeah, and they still don't know if they are going to renew the sports show she's on. They what is it? Battle of the Network Stars.
Battle of the Network Stars. Has it even aired yet?
Oh yeah, it's been on. The rating, the rating's been middle of the road.
Plus, she's got all those movies that they're waiting to make with her.
Yeah.
Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Roadhouse 2. The remake.
Hulu.
Oh, they already did Roadhouse 2. Roadhouse 3. The Rebirth.
The rebirth.
Roadhouse.
Rehab. Our good friend
DJ
Eric
Khalid's gonna yell over it the whole time.
from MyMMANews.
We the best music.
Our good friend Eric from MyMMANews has teamed up with MMA Signatures, and they now have a radio show that airs live in Pennsylvania.
I'm gonna have to
You can
say-
check this online.
Hey, we finally has somebody who's got a worse scowl than Joey.
I was just saying-
AJ looked mad the
got
whole thing.
A better looking crew. So.
But BJ Penn appeared on their show, which is great.
Like live in person?
Well,
Hey,
sort of.
believe it or not,
You
they
can see
are
the picture
they
I
are
made.
good looking East Coasters.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, they're good looking
Good-looking
East
East
Coasters.
You can check out their show every Monday at 9 p.m. Is East Coast time.
6 o'clock our time
6 o'clock
on
our
Genesis
time.
Radio.
GenesisRadio.com.
It's a good setup. It's hard to just listen.
His name AJ Hitler.
No.
No.
Hiller.
Hiller, sorry.
AJ Hiller of of MMA Signatures. These guys put together a pretty good show. They talk to a lot of promoters in the local area. They have a couple fighters that'll come on and do some interviews as well. So, and basically just going over some of the things that have happened in the world of mixed martial arts.
Good shit.
Yeah, and
So-
Eric was nice enough to mention us.
Yeah.
Thanks, Eric.
I can throw out a nice little.
He was all, I know anybody who could suck a bunch of dicks. It is split decision MMA.
By the bag full, my friend. By the bag full.
Just a whole, what was it? Flocking of dicks?
Powder of cocks.
Platter of cocks, yeah. So then we got OneFC is going to be having a champion versus champion match. Edward Folelang will be defending his lightweight title against featherweight champ Martin Nugent, who is coming up in weight in a champion versus championship bout.
Okay.
Pretty cool for OneFC.
Good for them.
They throw a lot of these things, it seems like, together. And then last I heard also, Ben Askren is going to be going for a matchmaker role at OneFC
Oh, so he's just
after
done
he
fighting?
retires.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about his retirement, I think, the last time.
He's going to match himself up against the UFC.
You know, if you sit down and talk about how much money this cat's made,
Oh, yeah.
he did not make, I don't think he made a bad decision.
No, he's made good money. I just think that in my personal opinion, his legacy is always going to be, but if he fought the best guys, how good would he be?
Right.
There's always going to be a question, without a doubt.
I mean, for
Yeah.
sure. You know, the OneFC president says, you know, if we would take the UFC champion and we take Ben Askren, they should fight, then there's no question who the greatest of all time was. There's no question who the greatest welterweight of all time is.
Right.
Cool. So he didn't go over. So.
But are we ever going to see that? Are we ever going to see a Bellator champion fight a UFC champion?
Well, if the congressman who's pushing for the Ali Act for MMA happens, yes, they will be forced to make their champions fight. However, the UFC
I
is
like the sound of that.
Definitely.
You two in the Terradome now.
the UFC is definitely pushing against it because they said, you know, they feel that the way boxing has become very corrupt when the Ali Act, which the Ali Act was supposed to be protecting boxers from getting corrupt
From people
promoters.
basically making a monopoly out of what was going on.
Yeah, except for what happened is instead
What happened was
that the athletic commission decides where the rankings are, and then the promoters have to bid on who's going to promote the fight. They only make money on title fights, so then every promoter's like, I got a title, but I got one too, but I got another title
Right,
over here.
exactly.
Let's get another title. So then they started, instead of having 8 weight classes like they used to, we have 100 different belts for the same weight class.
Yeah.
It's just nuts.
And that's
So
why
you never
boxing
know-
sucks now.
You never know who is the real true champ, who's the one that has, you know.
with a real Slim Shady. Please stand
And
up.
that's why it's so difficult to get your champions to go and box in other organizations.
Yep.
I mean, because once you get it, from what I understand, once you are a champion, then you are obligated to that organization that you're the champion of. If you're not a champ, then you can pick up
You
your
can pretty
fucking
much
champ
go, yeah.
and go wherever you want. But
There's one letter difference between chump and champ.
Combat Americanas announces a 100,000 Grand Prix one-night 8-man
Beat me
Copa
to it.
tournament going down November 11th. This will be going down in Cancun, Mexico. Pretty cool. Copa meaning basically they will be representing
Cabana?
their
Copacabana.
country. So each opponent will be going against country. They're going to be in a one-night 8-man bantamweight tournament. The winner will get 100 grand.
Nice.
3 bouts in one night.
All right. That's fucking insane.
Yep. Only in Mexico.
Yeah.
Do you think it goes down all the way like that?
No, because then the cartel shows up, takes all the money.
No, but I'm just wondering, you know, all the fighters make it to that day?
Nope.
Nope. Right away. Not gonna happen.
Someone is fucking disappearing, and we're never going to hear from them again.
Getting closer to the fights we're about to talk about in a few minutes, we have Bellator at 183 is also be going down at the same time as Bellator Kickboxing 7. They're going to be using a flying cage.
It's like what Kanye used at his concert that Taylor Swift got mad about.
This reminds me more of WWE. If you see the graphic that we got going on there, this allows them to change from the Bellator Kickboxing ring to the Bellator cage in 10 minutes flat.
See, I think this is something that we'd actually talked about.
What, could they do this?
Flying the cage.
yeah,
The flying, instead of
Yeah.
having 2, because last time they had 2.
And remember, we compared it to WWE, like when they bring the steel cage down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did. They've
Yep.
created the flying cage now. Apparently, they've used this out of the United States in smaller venues and other venues across the world. This is the first time it's going to be going down in America. You can check out the flying cage this Saturday.
The SAP Center.
SAP Center in San Jose. We'll get to that fight real quick. But first, this is Mizuto Hirota. Basically missed weight. This was going down. The weigh-ins
He was all
were-
fucked up when
Yeah,
he showed up
that's
for
the thing.
weigh-ins.
Is the weigh-ins were going down. He is supposed to come in at 145. He came in at 150, 5 pounds over the weight. He looked out of his mind, space cadet. Like he was stumbling over to the weigh-ins,
Yeah.
gets on the almost falls off the scale. 2 people had to
Yeah, I was going
catch
to say,
him.
didn't he have to get help
They
up there?
held. They held
Yeah.
him to make sure that he could stay up. He kind of waves and stumbles off. the internet went batshit crazy and was like, how are you going to let that man still fight?
Right.
This is extreme weight cutting. I mean, you can tell. He can't even stand. And then at the stare down, he's just like... oh, wait, you're over here.
Yeah.
Like, just has no clue what's going on. They did finally call that. They did pull him the health concerns. The doctors at the UFC pulled him from the fight. So Charles Roser will be getting 30% of his purse.
It's up to 30 now?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they raised that. So yeah, he's getting 30% of the purse, and he's not going to be able to fight. So one of the fights gets moved up to the main event. You want to go over the fights that happened last week first?
You're going to definitely have to make it bigger.
Or do you want to go over the Ultimate Fighter real quick?
Let's do the Ultimate Fighter first.
Just real quick?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
So, of course, the Ultimate Fighter Season 26 is happening right now.
Yep.
Roxanne Modafferi was your first winner.
Yep.
She's probably favored to win the entire season because she's got the most experience out of everybody there.
I don't think so, though.
You
don't think she has the most experience, or you don't think she's going to win?
I don't think she's going to win.
Okay.
Who fought last week?
That was Nico Montano defeated Lauren Murphy, unanimous decision after 2 rounds.
See, because with Lauren Murphy, who had more experience out of those two fighters? Definitely Lauren Murphy.
Yeah, Lauren Murphy was the number 3 seed. Nico Montano was the number 14 seed.
See?
Yeah.
It's already happening.
It's already happening. So moving on from there.
How come? That's weird, man.
What's that?
I was looking at the brackets and how they haven't done like one opening bracket yet, but they've done.
The bracket was all the way to the left.
Well, I know that, but what I'm saying is one bracket, no fighter had moved forward yet from the opening brackets.
That's the next week's fight, and we're just getting into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, but they already have a quarterfinal matchup set.
Right, because those two fighters, they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the bracket above it is completely empty because nobody's moved forward to that one yet.
It's because they just didn't do those two.
Yeah.
And they get to announce,
fucking go in order.
No, they don't have to go in order. They get to announce who they want to fight
that's
first.
right.
The coaches get that
Somebody's
choice. Because
OCD is like off the chain.
I don't like it, man.
I'm sorry. Your CDO.
Remember they were
CDO.
seeded, so they don't. They get a pick, and then you get to pick one, and you give it
I
to
remember
them.
that.
So,
All right. Simmer down.
Moving on.
Summerdonna?
Samadana.
UFC Fight Night 116 happened last weekend. This was your main event, headlined by Luke Rockhold and David Branch. You want to start off there on the prelims? This is all going down Fox Sports 1.
Yeah, if you zoom in, I'll be
Oh,
fucking
I'm sorry.
happy
That's
to do
right.
it.
What Shay?
I can't see it,
What
man.
Shay?
Paid fucking $5,000 for my eyes and they don't work for shit.
I was telling somebody your story. They're like, "What do you think about LASIK?" I was like, "Well, I had a buddy who got in on the ground floor, and now he can't see the floor."
You got
better for
basic. That's what happened.
That's
that work?
Yeah, that's fine.
There we go.
Gilbert Burns got a win over Jason Sago with a second round KO. Also, Uriah Hall got a big KO over
Fucking
Christoph
war.
Jotko.
I thought he was out.
That hit,
You thought who was out?
Uriah Hall was out. He was getting beat up for a while.
that punch though, you could hear it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You could, wow, it was like when he kicked the guy on Ultimate Fighter. It was
Yeah,
just loud
you just heard
snap, pop,
Yeah.
and then he went to sleep. Daniel Spitz gets a win over Anthony Hamilton, who is retiring.
Yeah, Anthony Hamilton just went on Twitter and said, "Thank you all to my friends and family for being part of this journey." I think that was the last ride for the freight train. Anthony Hamilton
He sees everything in purple and everything smells like mayonnaise. That's why.
on a 3-fight losing skid in the UFC,
No,
so he
that's-
has decided
that's
to retire.
a good
retiring at
knockout.
15-8.
Well, we
All
bid
right.
you farewell, sir.
Yeah.
Oliver Aubin Mercier got a win over Tony Martin with a split decision.
That could have gone either way.
That's why
Thus
it's
the
a
split decision. Take a drink.
Jumping onto your main card here, we had Justin Ledet gets a win, another split decision over Zoo NEYU.
I don't know if I think I had Zoo winning that fight.
Yeah, especially I got to it's hard not to think about that. He was a late addition, right? And I know you don't want to give it to him because of that, but dude, he worked his ass off.
Yeah.
They both did. That was a great fight.
It was a good fight. Good
Walking
fight.
away from a split decision, not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
Kamaru Usman gets a KO win over Sergio Moraes.
Yeah.
In the first round at 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Lots of finishes on this night, which was
Yeah.
It was
a lot of
nice.
fun
Yeah,
to
I
watch.
think only 2 decisions.
Yeah,
Two decisions.
When I watched it on GIFs the next day, it was pretty easy to do. To watch a bunch of decisions. And then Anthony Smith beats Hector Lombard with a TKO.
Whoa,
in
what
the
about,
third
Gregor Gillespie?
round. Gillespie
Yeah.
also beat Jason Gonzalez. with
Whatever.
an arm triangle.
Whatever.
triangle?
I called Overeem and he agreed. Gillespie tapped.
Overeem saw it?
Yeah, Overeem's. Me and Overeem, we believe Gregor Gillespie tapped.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I know.
Mike Platinum Perry murdered Alex Reyes.
Ooh, which we knew was going to happen.
With a KO
Yeah,
knee.
just jump over the Lombard thing. I know
Can we
already
go back
went
to
over
that?
it.
Yeah,
but
Anthony Smith and
but
Hector
both
Lombard?
all you guys, everybody picked Lombard.
And he was winning that fucking fight all the way to the end.
All the way till he lost.
until he
Jesus
loses.
Christ.
Only to win it, just to lose it. Only to win it.
Winning that fucking fight.
All the way-
He was dominating rounds 1 and 2.
And then
sure.
2 minutes and
For
33
sure.
seconds.
You gonna agree with that? Hector Lombard was dominating first 2 rounds.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Scoreboard.
You want to look at the scoreboard? You want to look at those?
Yeah, TKO.
We have the
TKO.
standings. We
That's
have
the scoreboard.
standings. Do you want to look
Right
at them?
there.
Let's bring up the standings.
What? Oh, he's got. Let's bring up the standings. He's like a 49er fan. Oh yeah, how many rings? Huh? How many rings?
I'm talking about current. I'm not talking
Okay.
about past.
Anyway,
Let's say you pulled the
The last-
Falcons. Is that what
What
happened?
are the last 2 fight cards? What are we? We're 6-3 right now.
I think I have it. I'll bring it up here in a quick second.
I think I'm only down 1 now.
Luke Rockhold defeats David Branch.
Yeah, with a nice second round submission at 4 minutes and 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Submission, it was tap out to punches.
Yeah.
He had to tap.
That's
And
submitting.
then I like how he says, "Look, man, it was just really tough. Like I ended up having to tap. It's like, bro, and he's like, I'm just a tough guy, but I had to tap to punches.
Yeah, you did. So
I couldn't go anywhere, so I decided to tap.
So the street that he was talking about beforehand.
Yeah.
What's Luke Rockhold do? He trains with yoga and surfing. I'm from the street, and that did fucking nothing.
There you
for
go,
me.
right there. Dennis is 5-4. Me and Joey are 6-3. Eric is 8-1.
Yeah.
Kelly is 4-5, and Nick is MMA Pixels is 7-2.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pixels is 7-2.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Nick. I mean, you're not as good as the MMA news guru.
We're just right in the middle.
Yeah.
We're just right down the middle.
And then,
So we have.
But I see, I put myself out there because if I keep picking,
I
the same-
choose losing fighters.
Yeah. Well, I have to. If I keep picking with you guys, we're gonna have the same records.
I'm not trying. I'm just making my picks. I'm not looking at your picks. I'm not looking at his picks. I'm
You're
just making
looking at my
picks.
picks. That's why we have the stalls in the bathroom now because you're looking at my picks. You pick gazer.
Does your dick say Wendy too?
No, it says
Welcome
way,
aboard.
way back a long time ago.
Welcome to Jamaica, man. Have a nice day.
UFC Fight Night 118, right? 117?
117.
What's say on the board there, Josh?
117.
117.
Japan.
It's happening.
It's going down at 5 o'clock.
Like right now. Just turn
Pacific
it on.
time.
It's happening right now.
5 o'clock Pacific time.
Yeah.
But how specific?
How
Very
specific?
super
5 o'clock. So depending on what time you're watching this podcast, it might be already over. But if not, check it out on Fox XX.
Fox Double X. You got,
Make sure you don't go to Triple X Fox. Just Double X
I mean, you
Fox.
can if you want.
You can. And there will be an MMA fight there.
Yeah. You got Daichi Abe going up against Hun Gu Lim. God, I hate this. Shinjo Anzai taking on Luke Jinot. Also, Sari Kondo going on against Chan Mi John.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kita Nakamura taking on Alex Morono.
Yeah.
That's all on FXX.
Prelims.
That's your prelims. And then the main is this on...
Still on FXX.
No shit, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Yusuri Formiga taking on Olka Sasaki.
This is the fight that got bumped up to the main card, this flyweight bout, because Hirota couldn't make weight.
And then Teruto Ishihara takes on Roland Dai.
Yeah, he's doing it for his bitches.
Rolando Dai, there you go.
I'm going with Ishihara. He's doing it for his bitches.
Yeah, okay. And then Gokhan Saki takes on Enrique de Silva.
Making his UFC debut.
Is it really?
Yep.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Bam Fram a lamb.
The Fireball Kid, Takanori Gomi, who is like 75 years old at this point, is going up against
38.
Dong Hun Kim. Taking the Dong in this one.
Yeah. It's the
Yep.
first time I had to root against Gomi.
I
Not
know.
rooting against Gomi, but didn't pick him to fight. Didn't
yeah.
pick him
Right.
to win.
And then Claudia Gadea takes on Jessica Andrade.
Which nobody took.
Nobody took Andrade?
Nobody.
No. Well, then she's going to win.
No, and there's a good possibility because most likely it's going to go to a decision. But if there is a finish, it's more likely that Jessica will cause the finish. She has the power and she can knock her out.
But you didn't take her.
No,
And then your main event, Oven St. Preux is taking on late replacement Yushin Okami, who's in for Vitor Belfort on this.
No,
fight.
Shogun.
Shogun.
He was supposed to
I'm
fight
sorry.
Shogun.
Shogun.
Yeah, so Yushin Okami released from his World Series of Fighting contract, PFL. I guess it wouldn't be World Series of Fighting because it doesn't exist anymore, right?
It exists in our minds and hearts.
PFL, yeah. So
we haven't even got to talk about old. What's his name?
they're having fights? What?
Sean.
Yeah, it did not have anything going on yet.
Oh, okay.
And then Bellator going down tomorrow. This is going down again. We have a kickboxing card as
And
well
a
as
Bellator
a
MMA card.
Bellator card. Where the hell did it go? Oh, that's right. I had to zoom in, so it scrolled.
It's 183. You guys
It's going down in
interviewed
San Jose. You
guys
can get your
interviewed
Fedor bobblehead. if you're
Lorenz
the
Larkin.
First 5,000 fans. Kickboxing, Joe Schilling's going to be on that card. Check that out. And of course, their welterweight champ, Kareem Gaji, will be taking on Raymond Daniels. Prelims on Spike.com, and then your main on Spike, starting off with Aaron Pico.
Going up against Justin Lin, and then go to Yamauchi, taking on Adam Piccolotti.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Paul Semtex Daly taking on Lorenz Larkin, and even though
Monsoon.
We talked to Lorenz Larkin.
Losing to Lorenz Larkin.
I think Paul Daly's going to win.
What?
I really do.
It's going to be interesting. These guys apparently don't like each other. Paul Daly says that Lorenz Larkin is below him as a fighter. Doesn't even know why he's fighting him. He's not interesting. Didn't even pay attention to him.
Great. We had a great interview with Lorenz Larkin. He's a lot of fun to talk to.
Yeah.
He said he would pick us up a bobblehead.
Hopefully.
At the event, so we'll see if that actually happens. And
Now that
even
you
with
told
all
him he's
that
going to
said and
lose, he
done,
might not.
I still think Paul Daly's going to win.
I don't think you're going to lose as long as you give me a bobblehead.
No.
If you get me a bobblehead, it's good karma and you will win. So make sure you get it.
They look neat. They got the Fedor sweater.
They got the sweater on. That's pretty awesome.
And like red Pride gloves or blue Pride gloves. I can't remember now.
I think it's red Pride gloves. Yeah, red Pride gloves. So, but yeah, it's Lorenz Larkin. I think if he can wrestle Paul Daly, he will definitely win this fight. Because Paul Daly is definitely not a wrestler.
Right.
We know that for a fact.
No, that's why you punched Josh Koscheck
In the head after, stop wrestling me. Even though that's allowed in the rules. It's not fair.
It's not fair. Stop
Fight's
it.
over. Bullshit. Best punch in the fight.
Javier Ayala takes on Roy Nelson.
Yeah.
Is this his Bellator debut?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Roy Nelson also saying he wants to make all casual MMA fans Bellator fans by making them fans of himself. And in my opinion, I think I was talking to Eric about this. Marketable fighters. Roy Nelson to me was always the casual MMA fans fighter.
Right.
Anytime I was at a bar, they're like, look at that big old fat boy, man. I hope he wins.
Yeah.
Which is giving me
Tank
hope.
cabbage. something
Giving
about
me
this.
hope. Yep,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it was.
Giving me hope.
Look at him rub his belly.
He's
That's
the
awesome. I
he's
do
the
that
little
too.
league dad that can actually get up there and do that.
Yep.
And when he had his mullet, he was amazing.
Yep.
Still has
That's
it.
why Butterbean was so famous.
Yep.
Everybody's like, dude, I know like 4 guys like Butterbean. And they're cool as shit.
Bendo Benson Henderson takes on Patricky Pitbull Ferrari in the main event here.
Yeah.
I just hope that Benson.
Come on, Bendo.
His last couple outings is just.
They
I don't know.
No, they haven't been great.
No.
Him going over to Bellator wasn't solid. I can see why the UFC wasn't super upset to lose him.
He already beat Patricio Ferrari, Patricky's brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he beat him by a leg, by something that happened to his leg.
His leg, yeah. And then lost the split decision to Michael Chandler.
Right.
We'll see what happens. That one's going down tomorrow night at the SAP Center in San Jose. You can catch it live on Spike TV. And that's pretty much it for this week. Big thanks for listening. Big thanks to MyMMANews.com for being one of our sponsors. Check out Eric. He does this 24/7. We do it once a week. You can find him on Twitter at MyMMANews or their website, MyMMANews.com. And, of course, Dependable Solutions. Innovate your business. If you want to take credit cards, but you're not taking credit cards because you're scared of credit cards, Dependable Solutions will help you out. So check them out as well.
Even if you are currently taking credit cards and you think that there's a possibility they can get you a better deal, hit them up. If they can't get you a better deal, then they won't.
They'll tell you.
They won't troll you.
Yeah. So check them out. Check us out at SplitDecisionMMA.com, our Facebook Split Decision MMA podcast, SD_MMA on Twitter and Instagram. And that pretty much wraps it up for this week from the SinCal studios. Bueller, Dodge, and Dennis saying have a good night. We'll see you at the fights.